As a Sufi travel vlogger, the story of Gottlieb Wilhelm Leitner is of immense interest to me. And for that, I had to travel to Lahore and meet Vice Chancellor of GCU, Government College University. Sir, I'm here for a purpose called as Mr. Leitner.
Yeah, absolutely.
So he was the first principal of this college, this great institution that you are, mashallah, the Vice Chancellor now. How would you describe his personality, sir?
He was an exceptional person of his time. I think very few people actually were that great educationist at that time. Somebody who was at the age of 10 going to Istanbul, what is now Istanbul, which was the capital of Byzantine, to learn Arabic and Turkish language. By the age of 15, he was part of the British Commission to translate Arabic texts for them. And by the time he was 20, 21, he was a lecturer of Arabic studies in King's College, London. And within 2 years of his lectureship, he became a full professor of Arabic and Mohammedan law. So you could imagine somebody exceptional from the very first age, from the very young age, who was part of, because he was born in Budapest and he was part of Austro-Hungarian Empire, but he was so talented that he was attracted by the British royals to come to London, become a professor, and then when it was thought that there should be a modern college in Lahore, in the northwestern part of India, he was the one who jumped to the opportunity to come here and set up this college, as well as other colleges. Later on, he was contributing to the setting up of Punjab University as well. So very truly exceptional person from the very young age, especially in languages, especially in Arab and Islamic law. And when he was here, he was busy, and you could visualize that it is end of the War of Independence in 1857, and colonial masters thinking, oh, we need to set up an institute of modern liberal education in this part, which would be affiliated with University of Calcutta, but it would be based in northwestern part of India, which is where Lahore is. So he started this college in a Haveli in Dhyan Singh with 10 students sitting on garden chairs and getting university education and giving exams by going to Calcutta for that purpose. So we were very lucky right from the beginning to have his leadership, have his vision to establish this great institution, which went on to produce great scholars in India and then in Pakistan.
So one of the aspects of his personality is contributing towards the globalization in the form of interfaith harmony. What also you can remember what his contributions were with regards to interfaith harmony?
He was a great scholar who taught, at the time he was writing this, he was a Christian. He said Christians will become better Christians by knowing more about Muhammad. So he was saying that a better understanding of Islam, and Islam, he at one point said, great religion of the world, perfect religion of the world, for all the teachings of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, that how Prophet Muhammad promoted the rights of women. He was a great fan of Prophet Muhammad for that specific reason. And then he went on to write these 2-volume books with Maulana Hussain Azaad, History of Islam, which was, although was history of Islam, but he was describing, narrating the greatness of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So we were very fortunate that a Western scholar with all the training in the West of Arabic and Islamic law was not only setting up educational institutions here, but writing great books alongside, by working alongside Urdu scholars like Muhammad Hussain Azaad about Islam and about greatness of Islam as a religion.
Sir, I found he also built a mosque in London, Shah Jahan Mosque.
Absolutely.
I think this shows of his contribution towards interfaith harmony as such. Because and rather he wanted to make a place, a single place where all religions can worship, and he was very particular about the Abrahamic religion, Jews,
Absolutely.
Christians and the Muslims.
Yeah.
How the students of GCU now fed about him, and how they feel about all this great history of this great institution.
Well, I think current students and faculty of Government College University can learn a great deal from what he taught at that time, 160 years ago. First, he was a great scholar on interfaith harmony, as you said yourself. So he was promoting how one religion can become bigger, greater, by accepting the good values of the other religion. He even called that Judaism, Christianity and Islam are sister religions because their origins come from the same source of guidance. So in that respect, he was a promoter of Islam and the values of the East in the West when he returned to Europe after his stint here at Government College. So we are very proud that we could call someone founding principal who was such a scholar, not just scholar in setting up institutions, but in writing books in Arabic. And one thing that very few people know about him is that how a great fan he was about Hindu Kush and Karakoram. He went often to Hunza, Gilgit, and wrote pamphlets about the beauty of that region. So he was an ethnographer as well in many different ways. He valued differences in culture, and he wrote in multiculturalism as well. So truly a scholar. We could really, current students can read about him, understand about his motives, and then they will learn a great deal about what challenges we face now, how his teaching, his learnings can offer us guidance still.
So I, being a Sufi travel vlogger, I have been traveling all across Pakistan, going to different Sufis and talking about them, trying to get the history out of those people who have been working again in the same direction of interfaith harmony. So would you consider him a saint or somebody who, according to Catholic system of religion, they consider Sufis and saints, they sometimes equalize them as well. Well, what do you say about that, sir?
Well, one thing we associated with our Sufis are that they are not extremist. They welcome, they value humanity, they welcome diversity, they welcome inclusion. And in that way, I think he was very much a Sufi. Although he never declared that he became Muslim, but many think that he did accept Islam as his religion, but because he wanted to continue preach Islam, but from the angle of Christianity and from the angle of being a Western person talking about Islam, perhaps that was the reason that he never declared that he was a Muslim. He was known as Abdur Rasheed Sayyah, but that was more at his early age when he went to Istanbul and other Byzantine areas to learn Arabic language, to learn Turkish language. Many people wrote that he knew close to 25 languages where he could fluently read, write and speak. So we were really very impressed whenever we read about him.
In some of the articles this is also written, he has also learned by heart some surahs of Quran.
He did, yes.
And I think that was another indication of being very close to Islam.
Yeah. Yes, indeed. So when he went at a very young age, he is going to Constantinople. In his 2-volume book, History of Islam, one can see his command of Quran and how he narrated Quran in those books. A lot of that must have been learned by our scholar, who was Urdu scholars who were working with him. But him writing co-authoring a book in Urdu and providing sense of greatness of Prophet Muhammad, as well as narrating verses from Quran, was an indication that he was very much aligned with the teachings of Islam and Quran, and something that he actually converted to become a Muslim as well.
So, is there any contact of J.W. Leitner with this GCW after so many years? His family's contact, somebody has been visiting here, or?
Well, some people do visit. Some people come from the Oriental College that he set up in Woking. I think his family prior to COVID pandemic did visit a government college, but later on didn't have the opportunity. So we as such do not have contact with Professor Leitner's family, but we know that many people still visit his grave in Woking, still appreciate his efforts of setting up the Oriental College, and somebody who is still remembered, especially in government college or anybody associated with government college, and anybody who is interested in Oriental colleges. King's College London, for instance, still writes about him on their web page about how great educationist he was.
What will be the last message from the Vice Chancellor to the students of GCU about the life of Leitner and how they can get some sort of learning from that?
I think there's a lot our students and ourselves can learn from Dr. Leitner. Somebody who lost his father at a very young age, whose mother took up the responsibility. Somebody who could be considered deprived because of the losing father at an early age, actually went to study abroad and got lots of learning out of it, who was very fond of different religions, different cultures, who believe in harmony, especially interfaith harmony. There's a lot of tolerance in his views about other religions, in particular being a Christian. He held a great view about religion of Islam. So we all should draw from that idea of tolerance and empathy towards each other, and learning to live in peace with people of different views and different background, accepting diversity as a strong positive attribute. So he provided those principles to Government College University, and our students should learn from that. Also, he was a great proponent of study of languages and cultures. So in our pursuit of science and technology, we should not forget that Government College was the base of study of languages, cultures, and different faiths, and we should continue, either myself or whoever leads this great institute, to keep that tradition alive of studying languages and culture and Arabic and Islamic studies.
With the permission of the Vice Chancellor, we will now go to the different areas of GCU and take you along. This story is a great story of a great scholar. I was traveling through 159 years of history by a 10 minutes walk with the Honorable Vice Chancellor.
This is our Bukhari auditorium, which is named after Ahmed Shah Bukhari, who was our first principal after partition. But the reason why I have brought you here is to show you this picture, which we have put in the memory of Dr. Leitner.
Okay, sir.
So you could see
Mr. Gottlieb Wilhelm Leitner.
he was definitely born in Budapest, so Hungarian born educationist. scholar and Orientalist. So he was the founding
These
principal.
are two sorts of get-ups. What?
Because later on he appeared in this sort of get-up, and that his love for different cultures and promotion of multiculturalism
Sort of
was
a
evident.
Sikh turban and sort of
And
a
then a very
Muslim,
Muslim
very
face.
Muslim face. Great.
Yeah.
A pure model of interfaith harmony.
Absolutely, absolutely.
GCU has many variants in its spirit. Class of Gottlieb Wilhelm Leitner, determination of Muhammad Hussain Azaad, and inspiration of Ahmad Shah Patras Bukhari.
See here, Muhammad Hussain Azaad is the same gentleman who helped Dr. Leitner to write History of Islam, the 2-volume History of Islam in Urdu.
Yeah.
So these scholars, that also shows how great educationist Dr. Leitner has been, that he found the best scholars
And
available.
I think he fled away because his father was killed after 1857.
1857,
From
lots
Delhi
of
to
Muslims came.
There are many old cities in this world, but Lahore will live forever in the annals of history, not because of few historical monuments, but because of many personalities like Gottlieb Wilhelm Leitner, Muhammad Hussain Azaad, and Ahmad Shah Patras Bukhari, who enveloped Lahore's history in a literary envelope. May Allah bless these great souls, inshallah.